In our last session, we read a letter from a woman whose boyfriend had been in a good bit of trouble, and she had decided to break up with him. Then, while she was sleeping and he was on parole, he broke into her home, and she wondered if it would be too harsh if she pursued an arrest warrant already out for him. I suggested that she remember that real love means caring about his real happiness, which includes his learning to be responsible for his own choices and caring about somebody other than himself. So far, he's never done that. Now, back to the writer of the letter. As you make the decision about what to do, you'll be unavoidably distracted by what your boyfriend Travis calls love. He accepts the lie that most people do about love. He thinks love means giving him whatever he wants. He thinks love means giving him what makes him feel good temporarily. And that has little to do with genuine happiness. If happiness were about feeling good temporarily, then sex addicts, for example, should be the happiest people on the planet. And they're far from it. If happiness were about feeling good temporarily, then a stomach full of food and a paycheck should make us happy. But billions of us have proven that those things do not create happiness. Real happiness requires a great deal more. Happiness is all about real love, and that is something Travis knows nothing about. And if you don't teach him at least something about it at this point, whoever will? So, what can you do? You do not have the responsibility to change his whole life, but you can at least change the way he relates to you. He's using you as a source of imitation love. He wants to make incredibly irresponsible choices like breaking into your house, and then he wants you to take responsibility for them. If you do that, you teach him a terrible principle, and you build a lousy foundation for your relationship. You can certainly stop all that. Travis has already proven that he has a real tendency to break the law and believe that he can get away with it. Drug use, going in and out of prison, probably a number of other disreputable behaviors. It's time for him to learn that the law and his behaviors are not a joke. This is not about punishing him. It's about teaching him responsibility. And he can learn that lesson now at a moderately heavy cost, or he can learn it later when the cost will almost certainly be much higher, quite possibly at the cost of his life. So, what should you do? Well, whatever you want. I'll never tell you what to do, but if you want a happy life, you do not want to be in a relationship with somebody who lives like Travis does. So, if you want to change your life, leave the arrest warrant in place. Let the police take him in and put him back in prison. You're not punishing him. You're allowing him to experience the natural consequences of his own choices. You're finally not saving him from his own choices. It's about time. Explain to Travis that it's time to grow up. Tell him that you might consider a relationship with him, but not until he's learned something about responsibility and about love, unconditional love. Now, he'll be mad, he might beg, he might cry, but all that is meaningless. It really is. You don't need a relationship with a second-grade boy who needs rehabilitation. And pay attention here. You need to grow up a bit here yourself, or you will keep attracting men like this. Just as I said earlier about Travis, you can learn this lesson now at a moderate cost, or you can learn it later at a cost that just keeps on climbing. It's easier to learn it now.